My name is Natalie.
My name is Ari.
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about student employment. We wanted to make this video for the students that have any questions regarding student employment and, give you guys a couple of tips and tricks, how the interview process works, and just their personal experience working here at Laredo College.
And also how to apply.
Also how to apply.
Yeah.
Me and Ari work for the Office of Student Life. We've been working there for a couple months now, but this summer we became orientation leaders.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun experience.
It was very challenging, also because it dealt with a lot of new coming students, so it was really hard. But we pushed through, and it was pretty cool. Honestly, we came in around the same time as well, right? Because you were just a few months off me, I think. Yeah, like whenever I came in for my interview, she was there, and I think honestly, I like to say that's how I got the job because she was there.
So we're gonna talk about why you guys should work on campus, and a little bit of information that we have based on our experience.
Yeah. So honestly, it's really convenient and flexible to you guys, especially if you have a lot of classes on top of you and you've just never really worked a job before. I think it's a really good experience, especially since you're within the community. You get to meet a lot of new people. Like, I've known Nati my whole life, but I'm just kidding, no. But I've known Nati for a while, but I've also met a lot of new coworkers as well, and they became really good friends to me as well.
Like she mentioned about flexibility, they work with your school schedule, and I think that's a really important thing because I know many people have questions as to how your schedule is going to be, but just know that they work with how your classes are set up. They're here for you. Working as a student employee, they're here for you and your education.
I think it's really cool that they work with you with your schedule. You can either work in the mornings or in the afternoons, just depending how your classes are. It's really cool.
And it opens a lot of doors for you, honestly, and a lot of opportunities. You get to meet different people from different departments. And like she mentioned, we've known each other for a while, and I was really happy that we were able to reunite again working here at the office.
Yeah, it's cool. You never know who you're going to be working with later on in the future, so always make those connections. But yeah, you do gain a lot of experience too.
So like Ari mentioned, you gain a lot of experience and it's really helpful, for the future. You can always put that you worked at the office in your resume and, you build on that.
Yeah, especially if you have no experience at all, you volunteered, you've been in clubs within high school, they really are looking for that. They're looking for that too. So let's dive into resume and interview tips. So I think I didn't know how to build a resume at first because I didn't really have enough experience or a lot of experience. I've always volunteered, but never had a paying job really. So it was kind of difficult, but But that volunteer work that I did help me out a lot, especially learning how to move through a job as well. So you can always put that volunteer work within your resume. If you don't know how to build a resume, on the Simplicity app, when you make one, when you make an account, it has a resume builder on there, and it can always help you out on how to structure your resumes. If you need more help than that, then you can go to the URI library. In the back of it, they have the Workforce Development Center, and you can do mock interviews, and they can walk you through how to structure everything.
One of our most asked questions when it comes to interview tips, and we're here to help you guys. We have different experiences into that. One of the most asked is where can I find the link? How can I apply to become a student employee? And for that, we ask you guys to go to laredo.edu. You're going to go to the jobs tab. There you're going to find a couple of links. And it just honestly depends on what job you're looking into and what you're looking to do and apply.
Yeah, what just really interests you more as well.
So like we mentioned, we have a lot of experience when it comes to this. So we're going to give you guys a couple of do's and don'ts when it comes to interviews. For me, a do is get there on time. I think that's important. Get there on time. Dress to impress. You're looking to meeting your future bosses. So go ahead and dress and impress.
Don't show up late. Be there on time. Actually, I like to say be before time. So that way you never know what's gonna happen on the way, and you can always end up late. But yeah, just like Nati said, be on time, dress professionally. Natalie told me before, how she prepared for her interview was to actually look up on Google like how to what kind of current questions that they ask now during interviews, and that can really help you really prepare on how to portray yourself, or just how to just talk about yourself and all of your experience before that job. So yeah, that can be a really good helpful tip.
Another thing is confidence. Confidence is key. Being yourself. It's an interview. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't freak yourself out. Honestly, I think that's a
talk about your accomplishments.
Yes.
Or walk through your accomplishments within yourself to make yourself feel more confident too.
Ask questions too.
A lot.
Don't let them. Ask questions.
Yes. On some. Well, they do list most of all of the things that you are going to do within that wanted job, but sometimes it's not all of them. Like, say we work with the Office of Student Life, but yeah, maybe kind of office work and sometimes, but we also do work with the pantry downstairs. We work with a lot of events. It's very complex. We do a lot.
We do a little bit of everything.
We do a little bit of everything.
So it's always good to ask questions. Another thing that we forgot to mention is how you introduce yourself. Shake your boss's hand, your future boss's hand. Nice firm shake is important. It's a big do.
Yeah.
The do's and don'ts list.
It leaves an impression.
Exactly. And how you dress as well. Like we mentioned.
Also, another don't do during your interview would probably be, most likely be, don't ask inappropriate questions. Remember, you're in a professional state and matter. That could really be a negative reflection on you too. So just be prepared for those right questions, of course.
Read the room.
Read the room is a big one.
Read the room is what you can say. And, just confidence is key. Don't get too nervous and you'll do fine.
Mm-hmm.
So how to balance work and school. Many people ask us about that, and we're going to give you guys some personal tips that we have on that. I know for me, balancing work and school can be difficult because apart from this job, I had a prior job, and we have to learn. I had to learn how to time management.
Yeah, like work on studying and then making sure that you wake up on time for your job. I think I get that a lot, but honestly, props to you because I never worked 2 jobs like that and still attend school. So yes, I think a personal tip would be just planning ahead on your schedule, and making sure that your assignments, just making sure you get your assignments right and like the due dates and stuff like that. Always looking with your professors, their schedules, your tests. You never want to fail out of the class, of course.
For me, a personal tip would be, buying a planner. I have to make sure I have both my work schedule, my school schedule, and my other work job, have it all there. Or another thing is that I bought a bulletin, like the board calendars.
Yeah,
the whiteboard ones.
Yeah.
I love those. I like those. I have one over my bed, so I always know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's another thing.
I always make sure I catch up with my supervisor and make sure she knows how my week is going to go, especially if we all have lives, like out of college as well. So there's always some times that I won't be able to come into work. So always just plan ahead with your supervisor as well. Talk them through it. Talk what days you can work and hours and stuff like that. Of course.
Just know that communication is key. That's.
Hey, now you know what my favorite part of working on campus is?
What?
My work study badge. I think it's because it makes me feel important. So every time I put it on, I feel I don't know. I think that's just an ego complex of mine that I just like feeling superior. But it's dumb, but I like it a lot. I put it on and I'm like, yeah, I work here. Okay.
For me, it would be the people that I've met overall. I met a lot of people in different departments, and I've my coworkers, we get along, and I think that's, my favorite part at least. And also the events. They're fun. The events are fun.
We get a lot of free stuff too. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. So we do a lot of events, at Office of Student Life, and I think that's one of the most fun part about working at an office, or at least this office.
But it's also one of the biggest challenges too.
Yes.
It's a lot to tackle as well.
It's a lot of preparation, especially when it came to orientation when we did that. And overall, just in events, the events that we do, we have to prepare as to how it's going to be, the schedule, and, like I mentioned, communication is key, keeping up as to your dates and the times.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges that we currently had was during the summer. We were working as an orientation leader, and we were in the same group, but we had our own groups, of course, but we welcomed over 400 students the last orientation, and I think that was probably the most hardest thing we've done, just trying to manage a huge group of people and just making sure that they feel welcomed and they know where all their classes are, what each building is, what type of accommodations we offer you. It was really difficult, but honestly I had so much fun, and I think that's what really is cool about working on campus, is that you get to try a lot of new things and things that you never knew that you could be good at.
No, I totally agree with you when it comes to the orientation. That was a challenge, but it was also a favorite part. For me, my challenge comes when it comes to the pantry. We work at the pantry at Office of Student Life. It's one of our jobs, and usually we get rushes, and we get stressed out. But our job is to welcome the community, help them with anything that they need, and the students as well. So if you guys are interested about applying, reach out to us. We highly encourage you guys to apply, and don't be nervous.
We are located in the Kaizen Student Center on the second floor in room 214. We also, if you have any other questions regarding anything about the campus or for US students, you can come and see us too.
So that pretty much wraps up this
Palomino
podcast.
That's Pláticas podcast.
Thank you for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.